Can I make a bold prediction here? Now this might rattle some of you guys. This might ruffle some feathers, so be prepared. But when we look back upon 2023 as a whole for the Disney Cars line, I think we're going to consider it one of the best years for collecting ever. Right up there with 2009, 2010, 2016, some of the most praised years because there has been just so many new cars, and it's not just 5 new racing tractors or 5 new Thunder Hollow Demolition Derby racers or several new Doc Hudson Racing Days racers. They are all so unique and different. I mean, look, we have 4 brand new cars staring at us right here. One of them is a hearse, one's a ghost, one of them has spikes on its head, the other one is a pity, and it's from Cars 3, so it's not even just cars on the road stuff. So man, I am so thrilled. I am just through the moon right now because not only was I able to just find all of these in a store, not only is this case 1 month plus early than its scheduled release, but everything in it is very much so buyable, and maybe that's a good or bad thing because these are going to fly off the shelves. And I'm just going to gloat for a little bit. I am so excited right now. I found a full case out at Target literally just 2 hours ago on a Monday, not even typical restocking day, and it was like 7 p.m. at night. It was crazy, like the stars were aligned. And also, not to mention, I actually hit 100,000 subscribers earlier today at like 5 p.m. So crazy day all in all. The Cars gods rewarded me with a full case out. It's going to be kind of crazy. I will always remember this day for all of those reasons. But I do want to take a moment here to thank all of you guys for 100,000. Now, obviously, this is not the only time I will mention it. There's going to be a whole video about it. There's going to be a lot of stuff. This is going to be the celebratory quarter of the year that we're entering here because we're going to celebrate because it's you and I's both achievement, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. I am so, so grateful, and I will continue to express that for the next few months here, but I do want to mention it here because I just hit it a few hours ago. But today, we're going to focus on Case Al. We're going to review it, show you guys all the cars in the case, and then over the next few days, I will review each of them individually, including Randy, Squat, Braker Boggs, and I think that actually will be it, although this case, like I said, is very, voluptuous. There's a lot here to have, but I did already review Mallory Karhut because I got her on eBay early, so I will leave the link for that in the description below and card suggestion pop-up. But yeah, this case has not been available to buy as a whole, which is why we're not unboxing it right now, but it is a phenomenal case, definitely one of the best for the year. And I don't want to drag you guys along too much with all this preamble, so let's just get right on into it. The first car in this case is Mallory Karhut here. Now she's also in case K, the case before this, so technically this is not a new car to this case, but Target has been weird this year. They've only gone in 2023 cases B, E, and now L. They've skipped a ton, and they've landed themselves in September in terms of release, because this case, like I said, is over a whole month early. It's not scheduled until September 15th, which is kind of crazy, and it feels that way because I just revealed the contents several weeks ago in July. So yeah, Mallory though was first in case K, which is being found in the UK and Walmart stores. So you can find her along with Mattel at Walmart stores. So there is that. And like I said, I did already review her. She looks great. She's a brand new model, although she's similar to a couple like River Scott, Duke Coulters and whatnot. But yeah, she looks great. Definitely check out my review of her if you're interested. But yeah, new for 2023, of course. She's floating on the card there, just like Lisa and Luis, the twins, who are also super cool, and they're being found at Target as well. Now, I did not find all those new 2-packs. That would have been crazy, and not necessarily completely out of question because a lot of people are finding them all at once, but I did not. I know my limits. I know my limits, guys, because this usually never happens to me. Like if I find new cars, it's in dribbles and drabs. I'll find what I like to call, I use another name for it, but we'll just call them remnants here. I use another term that, it's like a 6-letter word that starts with an S and then seconds. But we'll just call them remnants for now. And usually that's what happens to me, unfortunately. But today I found a full case L, which is just crazy. But anyways, here on the back, you do have Rumbler Mater, who debuted in case J, Mateo, who debuted in case H, West Philanthropist, who debuted in case J. This guy, the Quadratorkasaur, who will end up being probably one of the rare releases from the year, is in case K. However, he is not in the Walmart version of the case, and thus is only being found in the UK right now. And so it does give me one of those international only type vibe releases, because if this case does not end up hitting the US, then, or it does not hit Target, let me rephrase, if case K does not hit Target, which Target has already skipped because this is case L, then this Quadratorkasaur will be limited to the UK, maybe HEB, maybe Fred Meyer's, if some of those other weird stores in the country get them in. But this gives me huge Dana Crankoff vibes. That's exactly what happened to Dana Crankoff last year. The case hit Walmart, but it did not include her, nor did it include some of the other cars in that case, like Kabuto or Dexter Hoover, Kathy Copter, Yellow Hydraulic Ramon, and thus they ended up being international exclusives. So just wanted to put it out there. You have Griswold, who always finds his or her way onto the back of these cards very sneakily, even though he or she has not been included in a case in quite some time. It's kind of funny, honestly, that Griswold's just always chilling in that same exact spot. It's just like, hey, yep, I'm here. I'm bottom middle. That's just my spot. I'm surrounded by great company, bunch of new cars, bunch of dinosaurs. And yeah, here you do have Mato. Now, Mato's in case K. She did find her way into the Walmart version of the case. So she's being found across the country of the US right now at Walmart stores. I need to find her because she's been found literally like a half an hour from me. And I haven't found her yet, but I guess, you can't win them all. So I'm happy with what I got here. But yeah, that is Mallory Karhut. That was a lot. All right, the next car in the case is none other than, I'm just going to go off my list that I revealed them in a couple months ago, well, just really a month ago. Rust-eze Racing Center Cruz here, or Rust-eze Dinoco Cruz Ramirez, now that they call her. And yeah, this is nothing special, just a carryover from last year. They haven't updated the packaging. Still shows, again, Griswold just chilling on the back there, nothing special. You have Cars 3 or Road Trip McQueen, K-Pillar Derev, Speed Demon, and Royce Rebsley. That's kind of nostalgic, even though it's only like a year old almost. But I have a lot of good memories from when this case came out last September. I remember, there was quite a few new cars in that case, like Griswold, Royce Rebsley, this K-Pillar Derev, and then the next case had Dats Jam and Revocos and Greebles. It was a good time. It was a good time, but I think now is an even better time. The next car in the case is none other than Johnny Blamer, the faux wheel drive Cars 1 Piston Cup racer that has a lot of descriptors. But this guy debuted in case J and now is back. That's a very good thing because the Walmart version of case J, which is out and about, I actually found it in full, but no matter that I found it in full because the half version at Walmart doesn't include hardly any of the good stuff from case J. It doesn't have Johnny, doesn't have Misty Motorcraft, no West Philanthropist, no Adam Rodriguez. It does have Road Rumbler Mater, McQueen, and Nile Speedcone and Pitstoposaurus, but beyond that, doesn't have any of the stuff that you really, truly would like from it, being Adam Rodriguez, West Philanthropist, and these Piston Cup racers. So it's good that Johnny is back in this case, so you have another chance of getting him. He's a pretty distinct Thailand variant. I actually just posted a short on him, which is edited out of my full review of him that I did a while ago now, almost 2 months ago. Kind of crazy. The summer's flown by. So yeah, I'll leave that link probably in the description as well. But yeah, definitely check out the short though. It's nicely edited by the Cars Garage. He does all my shorts. Like if there's a short that is taken out of a video that I did, the Cars Garage did it. All the shorts were like it's me, like with my whole face and whatnot. I do those, but yeah, he does the other ones and he does a really good job. On the back here, you have some other Cars 1 releases like Greg Candyman, who we will encounter here soon, Misty Motorcraft, Krusty Rotor Lizzie, Dexter Hoover with Green Flag, who's in case K, but not the Walmart version, and Fillmore. Fillmore found his way onto the back here. Definitely is the most boring of the bunch. But yeah, good inclusion for sure. He's on the new like double red packaging, whatever we want to call it. Likely going to carry over into the next year as well. All right, who is next? We have another just great inclusion here. We have Lightning McQueen, Road Trip Lightning McQueen from 2023, the new variant in which he has a slightly different expression than the one they did previously, and they're still doing it. They're releasing both of them concurrently. Same thing with the Maters. Kind of strange, but I guess, I guess it's kind of a good thing. I don't know. Don't really care. Pretty relevant. Yeah, this is the new variant of him. New art as well. You can see Garrison Marshall, Griswold just chilling in the back. It's early, like, Griswold signed like a 4-year deal. Like, I will be sponsored. I will have my face, my likeness on the card back in the same exact spot for perpetuity. I mean, like, legit, this dude is just chilling back here, and there's nothing we can do to get him off. It's kind of crazy. It's really funny. So yeah, there's that. We don't really care. And then the next one up is Fillmore on the new red packaging, although this one debuted in case E when this packaging first came out. But I found this one today on mint cards, so I decided to pick it up because I think the other one I have is not on such a good card. Since he's a heavier car, the cards get a little more damaged, or they can get damaged more easily, because if it were to take like a little bit of a fall, there's more weight coming down on the corners that, will crunch it. It's just physics, guys. It's pretty much what I'm trying to explain. But yeah, I mean, I'm not clowning on Fillmore. He's a great release. I think seeing him in the stores is a good thing. And then you have a bunch of classic other cars, one characters here on the back: Doc, Mater, Ramon, Sally, McQueen, and the King. Very nice. Those are all OGs except for Doc being in his fabulous Hudson Horn paint job. If it was just regular Doc, we'd be chilling, who they have released this year. But yeah, there's Fillmore. All right, we have up next a really good inclusion. Emily Beambright is back after only being in case G this year. Now, case G is actually really good in terms of its Walmart version, which is all we get here in the United States because Target skipped that case, as we already have discussed. But yes, case G is really good. The Walmart version of it includes everything you'd want. Everything that is new to case G as a whole is in the Walmart version of it. It's honestly like Thanos' snap, like if Thanos were to just like snap like every case, case G was definitely the most favorable. It's like you took the Avengers, right? And Thanos went, like if all the Avengers were in case G and then Thanos snapped it, it'd be as if like Thanos snapped like Echo. Let me find some other ones that are like bottom tier Avengers, like Meek. Who else? Now, I don't want to be mean. Like, I love these characters, but it's like if you just like zapped out of existence, like, I don't know, Meek, yeah, Korg. Korg's pretty solid, though, not going to lie. I mean, there's, like, no weaklings, though. I don't know, like Wasp, maybe, kind of more bottom tier. And then, like, you left, like, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Captain Marvel, Scarlet Witch. Like, all those are still left. I mean, that's Kelly, Beambright, Road Rumbler, McQueen, Pitstoposaurus, Drift Party Mater, Patoka, Edo San. Like, all of those somehow still made it into the half version of the case. I hope some of you understood that entire analogy because it makes perfect sense to me. But yeah, Kelly Beambright is the best from that case because it doesn't carry over and it's a new release. Like Road Rumbler, McQueen, Pitstoposaurus, they do carry over. The other ones are re-releases. So yeah, very good for Kelly to be back here. And now at Walmart, or at Target rather. So at least you have kind of a two-store synergy action going. But you definitely rather find her at Walmart for about $1.50 cheaper. Here you have Braker Boggs on the back here, who we'll see here soon. Maypillar Durev from case E. West Philampus, we know him. Cryptid Buster Mater, who was in case H and then J. Then you have Road Rumbler McQueen. Claire Gunzer, who was in case F originally and has been in a couple since then. So yeah, this is nice that she is back. And again, I was very fortunate because the first one I found opened her. And then now I was able to get another one to keep on the card, which is in really good condition. And it's honestly crazy that the only 2 Kelly Beambrights I have found were both in stores, or the only 2 Kelly Beambrights I have were from stores. Can't say that about really anything in my collection these days. Like if I were to, like Mallory Karhut, for example, I've got my first one online. You take almost all these cards. I got my first Gearston Marshall, my first Doug Crankel online. But now, we're in a good spot right now. The resellers out there are getting shafted. I love GetMeCollectibles. He's my guy, right? Check him out. But unfortunately, Mattel has just not been sending him these new cases, or they've been slow to do so. All right, up next we have the Road Trip Mater 2023 variant. Of course, it says new for 2023, as it did for McQueen, and he's got the suspension, or the look of it. He's raised up in the front, but he doesn't actually move up and down. Excuse me. But yeah, this is a really good release. Very heavy. He's smiling. Has a nice new expression, different from what they called Road Trip Mater last year, which was just really regular Mater. So it's kind of strange. They have a whole bunch of Maters floating around. You have the original Road Trip Mater, which is just the same as regular old Mater. You have then this one. Then you have what they call to be just regular Mater, but it's actually Mater with the working tow hook. So it really is just a whole quagmire. No one knows what's going on anymore. It's like everything's kind of mislabeled. But again, here's the card back. Do we have to talk about Griswold? Hello. I've seen you. I know where you're going to be. You don't have to rub it in anymore. But yeah, this is a 2023 release though. All right, so there was that one. Don't think anyone's going to lose their mind over that. Definitely not this. Might lose a couple brain cells. Jackson Storm, they have not switched him over to the new card, or at least not. They might have. Actually, I think they might have. I think I've seen a Jackson on the double red packaging. But either way, this is a 2023 Jackson, as you can see on the back here. Although, pushover has been canceled for this year. Most likely, pushover is a goner. Kind of sad, but yeah, everyone else here has been out for a while. Randy Lawson, Duke Holders, Tim Treadless, No Go Check, Jet Robinson, and Tailgate. But pushover, yeah, I think you might be a goner, but it's okay. You were just released a couple years ago. I think you'll live. So yeah, sorry, Jackson. We're going to move right along from you. All right, next up, a very, very top tier inclusion is Doug Crankel. Yeah, so I predicted Doug would be one of the rare releases from this year because he was only previously in case D, but now he's back in case L here. So that will definitely kind of hurt my prediction a little bit. My prediction could end up being like the Quadratorcasar, could end up being Randy or Squat, depending on if they come out again. Definitely won't be Braker Boggs because he's a pity. Pitties don't sell that well. And there's 2 of them in the case. Mallory Karhut's in 2 cases. Emily Beambright is in, or is it Kelly Beambright? Kelly Beambright. I think someone was getting mad at me the other day because I call her Emily. Anywho, yeah, so Doug Crankel is now in 2 cases, so that'll definitely dwindle his chances of being one of the rare releases of the year, but still possible for sure. He's super cool. He's basically a deluxe as a single, so it doesn't make you feel super sick to spend $5 if you were to find them at Target. But yeah, that does lead me to my next point. He was originally from case D that hit Walmart stores. Yes, he was in the half version of it. And so you do have that 2-store synergy going on. That's a good thing for availability. But yeah, he might not end up being very rare when it's all said and done. But yeah, unfortunately, they still haven't corrected his color. Because as you can see, he's green. He's supposed to be green. But he do be gray. And I believe this is Disney and Pixar's fault because he was originally like animated gray, and they sent Mattel that artwork, and Mattel started working on him. And by the time that they got this new artwork in which he was green, they had already sent everything, like everything was gone. Like the horse had left the stable, as they say. The ship had left the dock. There was no coming back. And all of them this year will be gray. Maybe they'll fix them when they re-release them next time or something, but right now, he is going to be an inaccurate color, unfortunately. But still a great release, and honestly, if he was the accurate color, he could be considered one of the best releases of the year. Just for the sheer fact he's so different. I mean, he's a zombie, right? I mean, it's an actor, right, in a zombie costume, but still, really good stuff. and was super thrilled. This was actually at the first car I saw when I walked into the aisle today. I was like, oh, I was a little thrown off guard because I didn't know he was in this case. And then I was like, oh, okay, like that's cool. And then I kind of figured, because like I always assume that I get remnants. I was like, that makes sense, probably remnants of this case, because Doug wouldn't be the first one to go anymore. He's not new anymore. And then I saw Braker Boggs, and I was like, wait. And I see Greg Candyman, Johnny Blamer, Donna Pitts. And then I pulled a couple cars away and I found Randy, and I knew at that point like it was a full case. And I was actually with my good buddy. We just got dinner, and I was like, bro, like I'm gonna go to Target after. You want to come? And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll come. He's my good luck charm. I was like, bro, like I need squat now. Like we're like looking for squat, and he pulls squat out. He's like, is squat spiky? And I'm like, yeah, squat's spiky. And I was like, oh. What a good day, guys. All right, the next car in the case is Lightning McQueen with Rust-eze sign. Just a straight carryover from last year. So I'm not even going to show you. He was out last year. I don't believe they've updated his packaging. It certainly isn't the double red packaging. It's still the same. I literally saw it there, but I don't think they updated the card back or anything. So don't care about that. And then, yeah, of course, Randy is in this case. And I don't believe, it's very possible he comes back in another case, but we'll see. That remains to be seen. Either way, here he is now, and he'll definitely end up being one of the best releases of the year, despite just being a repaint of Steve Herschel, who came out in 2019. I remember finding Steve the day I graduated from high school. It was that morning. And yeah, again, just one of those great memories, right? I remember finding him at Target in another full case the day I graduated from high school, which was May of 2019. And here I am, now college graduate, finding another hearse. This one's red though, and a little bit snarlier. Yeah, unfortunately, they didn't give him any teeth in his mouth expression there, but you could definitely see the vitriol in his eyes. And yeah, I love the artwork for this guy. Definitely is very accurate from the show. I do think he should be a little bit more metallic-y. But yeah, it looks like they add some like dirt detailing to him. He looks really good. I can't wait to review him. And yeah, this will be my next video probably. Like I fully intend on reviewing him next year. But he is on a great card. So that's a little unfortunate that I'm going to have to sever him. On the back here, we have a nice updated card back. Of course, Griswold, hello. Cryptid Bust, no. Road Rumbler Mater, you have Mateo there, who also has kind of found a home in the top middle spot. And same with West Flanapus in the right top. And then Squat. So you have Squat, who is brand new to this case as well. And Mallory Karhut, who was in the last case and then back in this case. So yeah, good stuff. I do find it interesting. Some of these prototype images look a little different. Like Mallory's eyes look a little bit weirder in her stock image there. I think Squat looks a little bit different. Like instead, the expression's quite a bit different from the stock image for Squat. Definitely looks a little bit snarlier on the diecast, which is a good thing. I think it looks better. So yeah, very excited about that, guys. This is, oh my God, I was so thrilled to have found them. And then here we have Squat. Now Squat's a female for sure, voiced by a female. But again, it doesn't really matter. Like a female voice actor could be trying to play a male character. Same thing with Griswold, so I don't, put too much credence in that, but we will call her a she. So yeah, Squat. Hello. This might end up being my favorite from the case. I do love Randy, but Randy is a repaint, and I think Squat could be maybe a Suki. I'm not sure. We will have to tell when we unbox her, but she looks great. Kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest. Like we were all anticipating Randy, but then here comes Squat, and it's actually a pretty awesome release with a great expression, I must say. And yeah, just overall looks fantastic. Got multiple like mixed tires and wheels. So it'll be very interesting to review her, and I will do so after Randy. Even though I might like Squat more than Randy, Randy is the popular choice for sure. On the back here, same exact card back, but you have Randy swapped out for Squat. And yeah, you can see the stock image for Randy is a little bit shinier. It does look a little more metallic to me than the flatter look that we end up getting. So that's slightly disappointing. Yeah, that definitely looks more metallic. It reminds me of like when anything red, like any stock image of a red car, like it was metallic. in 2021. And so that was like, I don't know, it was like they made everything racing red. Like, so Ducky Fauntleroy was metallic, Lightning McQueen as the Easter Buggy was metallic, and the stock image, it was kind of a weird time. Anyways, next up is kind of a sleeper in this case because she was released last year. Donna Pitts. But instead of Rust-eze Racing Center, or the Lightning McQueen with Rust-eze sign, in which the package is the same as last year, they did change it now to the double red packaging for Donna. Donna's also pretty much like the only just rando car to be released back-to-back these last 2 years. Whereas, like, sure, yeah, Jackson Storm, Lightning McQueen with, you know, racing wheels, whatever, got released both years. But Donna Pitts, though, is such an obscure one that for her to be released back-to-back is a little bit more significant. And they changed up the packaging. Whereas Andy Vaporlock, there's another one. They did not change the packaging for him. But yeah, Donna actually looks really good. I think she looks better than she did before on the, you know, packaging that looks like, where's a good example? Yeah, instead of like this packaging. And maybe, I mean, it's really minor, but I just think it looks a little bit more visually presentable. I think the artwork stands out more. But yeah, she looks good and kind of crazy. This character is 13 years old in terms of the die cast. But yeah, last year was her first time from Thailand. On the back, you could see a nice selection of Cars 1 characters. Johnny Blamer, Fillmore, Dexter, Lizzie, Greg Candyman, and Jay Shoesteer in his very pale form. We will be seeing him here momentarily, and we'll talk about him. But yeah, that's very nice. Nice little selection of characters. Again, they're just leaving one spot open here for whatever reason. Kind of silly. They've been doing that lately, and it's been making me a little uneasy because it looks so unnatural to have that spot open there. But I guess they're trying to maybe align them more with the Cars on the Road packaging, but it just doesn't look as unnatural because they never put a car here, and then there's kind of a little bit more going on there. Whereas they always used to put a car here, and there's not as much going on. So yeah, there's that. Donna Pitts. Next up, where you at, brother? There you are, Greg Candyman. So this is a very popular Piston Cup racer. In fact, my favorite Cars 1 Piston Cup racer is Greg Candyman here. Now, if you notice, they're on the card back. It made it look like they were going to lighten his brown shade up a little bit orangier, which would be a little more accurate, as you could tell by the art there. But nope. No, sir. He is still the dark brown that he has always been. And yeah, this is nothing too special, despite, you know, again, like I said, one of my favorites. Super popular. You know, first time being released in a few years, but that only goes to like 2019, in which he was released from Thailand in 2019. He was one of the first Piston Cup racers actually to be released from Thailand. Kind of crazy, kind of forgotten about now, especially since they didn't really change up his expression all that much, unlike with like James Clean Air or Claude Scruggs, who they're the same model as Greg, and their expressions got altered quite a bit. But maybe it's because Greg was one of the first ones. They just, you know, weren't doing that style yet, where they altered the expressions in the eyes. I don't know, but yeah. Really nice visually, but the die cast is kind of boring. The release itself is not ideal. And then the card back, same as Donna, but just Donna and Greg switched. Cool. Cool. Still excited to see him. Again, I love how he looks. Still one of my favorite Piston Cup racers. All right, Thunder Hollow Pity, who I now have crossed off as Braker Boggs. But there are 2 Braker Boggs in this case, guys. So I think my math will end up being wrong, though. I think that'll put me 1 over. But there's no way I found 2 cases. I'm almost 100% sure there are 2 Braker Boggs in this case. Let me look. Yeah, I mean, everything's been going. I saw all these cars there today. There might only be 1 Lightning McQueen with racing wheels. That's a possibility, because that was the next one. But there might only be, no, there were definitely, yeah, there were a whole bunch of Sarges. There are definitely 2 Sarges in this case. I'm just looking at my list here right now, guys. Here, I'll show you guys. This is what we're dealing with right now. This is what we're working with. See my nice little color coordination and all that stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I think there were absolutely 2. You know what? There's no way I found There were a lot of Sarges. There were like 4 Sarges there. So there is actually a chance I found 2 cases. But I only found like there was only 1 Doug, 1 Emily, 1 Mallory, 1 Johnny. There might have been 2 Fillmores. There was only 1 Squat, 1 Donna. Otherwise, I would have bought. There were 2 Nile Speedcones that I snabbed. There were like 2 Deputy McQueen. So I don't know. There were like 4 Sarges though. So I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. We're going to roll with there being 2 Braker Boggs in the case. And here they both are. I think that does make sense though, just based on the sheer fact that if someone bought, like, if there were 2 of Squat, Randy, and Mallory, and someone bought all those, why wouldn't they have bought Braker? Unless they're just a Cars on the Road super fan. But either way, this is the only, like, new release from non-Cars on the Road. Kind of crazy, but yeah, he's from Cars on the 3. However, they don't specify him as being new up here in the corner. But do they get a pass for that because of the fact that he's not technically new, because he was already released in this 5-pack exclusive to Walmart. Kind of crazy loophole right there. But yes, this Thunder Hollow 5-pack just came out. I found it on Friday, so I was pretty excited because, again, it was, I was finding a new car that I hadn't found in the store before. I bought 2 of these packs. There were 2 of them at the store, and I was going to open one up. And when I find something new at a store, guys, I try and review it immediately to get out for you guys, like get that video out. But for this, I was like, wait, I know Braker as a single is being found at Target right now, so I'm gonna wait just a little bit. Not really expecting to actually find the single, but I was like, all right, I'm busy this weekend. There's no sense in like trying to cram out a video for it. It's Braker Boggs. It's a pity. It's not like people are going to go crazy for it anyways. I don't really want to open the 5-pack and get all these duplicates. And it actually worked out great because here I have 2 single Braker Boggs. I'll be able to return one of the 5-packs and we'll be chilling, guys. So yeah, good stuff. Life is good. That's all I could say right now. But yeah, I guess they do get out of putting that new logo for 2023 because he's already out. Yeah, but you definitely have to put the choking hazard here though, because he is a small car and he comes with a little fire barrel here, which is pretty cool. But they've done these before in the Demolition Derby, like Demo Derby line exclusive to Walmart, the rubber tire ones from 2017, long time ago now. But yeah, that's not a new accessory. But yeah, Braker is new though, and I am excited to review him still. He is a brand new model, and I actually have a prototype of him, so pretty good stuff. But small for sure. This is definitely, I'm not sure if it's a $5 car right here, whereas West Philampus for sure would be. On the back here, they know he's from Cars 3. That's huge. I'm glad they didn't put him in the Cars on the Road packaging. So I think ultimately, I don't think they've really made any of those mistakes this year. They might have like once, but usually they're due for a few. So that's a good thing. You have, Jet, Duke, No Go Check, Jackson, Ryan, and then the choking hazard. And so good stuff. Very excited. And it just worked out nicely. But I will probably review him last out of all these guys here. But I guess that's really only third. Would have been fourth if Mallory hadn't already fallen into my graces. I had one. There was one on eBay for like $15 when she was first found. And the person who found her obviously didn't know that she was, going for like $50 to $100. And I got lucky. However, I missed Squat though. Squat was also sold, but I missed him or her. But yeah, there are 2, or maybe there's just one Lightning McQueen with Racing Centers. It's going to be hard to tell with that because they could have peg warmed. They could have been there from before. But yeah, they haven't changed the packaging on him yet. And in fact, it is pretty much a carryover from last year. They haven't updated. Like, this is all 2021 stuff. Miguel and Shoot to the Roki are indicative of that because they are not at all from 2023. All right, and then, yep, you have Deputy Lightning McQueen, who I think is a pretty good inclusion. I probably should have bought one, but he has been in quite a few cases this year so far, so I don't think he'll end up being very rare. But yeah, Lightning McQueen Deputy Hazard, really underrated version of him if you ask me. But I think that scales have swung a little bit. Like when these first came out, Cave and Deputy McQueen, Cave McQueen was way easier to find than Deputy McQueen, but now I feel like it's the other way around because they've released so many more of Deputy McQueens. However, then Cave McQueen's also in the 2-pack with Pitstoposaurus, so who knows, right? We'll see by the end of the year which one's rarer. But yeah, there's that, guys. We're getting to the end of it here. This is a long one. But yeah, 2 Deputy McQueens are in the case, I believe. There are absolutely 2 Nile Speedcones. I did find these both there today. I think, yeah, I need to probably return a couple of these. I have way too many Nile Speedcones because I also bought a couple from Walmart the other day because I found case J. So yeah, and then he's also in the accessory 2-pack. So Nile went from being pretty cool to being kind of commonplace. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, I mean, he looks great. Very excited about this one. He's the eel, as I talked about in the review of him. And on the back here, you could see Claire Gunzer, Jeremy, who is unfortunately not in the Walmart version of Case H, so he could end up being, honestly, the rarest car of the year. Cryptid Buster Mater, who hasn't been released internationally or anywhere really yet, or I guess he is out internationally, but in the U.S., both of the cases that he's in, H and J, he is not welcome to Walmart. And then you have the Quadratorcus again, not going to mention you, and then Mateo there. So there you go, a couple eels, couple green beans. And then where are we at now? We have 2 of the Sarges, and he is on the new double red packaging. Looking pretty good. Yeah, I found a whole bunch of these at Target today, and this was the only one that was actually on a good card. All the other ones were a little crumpled up, and that's how I honestly recognized that I found so many, because I kept looking at them. I was like, oh, I have another chance of finding a good carded one. Oh, I have another chance. And the last one was finally on a good card, and I'm pretty sure it was the 4th one after all. So good stuff there, but obviously kind of a lame card to have 2 of in the case. And then see, look here, they put a car right there instead of leaving it blank. It also looks like they spaced them out a little bit more here, so it just looks way more natural than the way they're doing it here. Like the cars, I guess they're spaced the same, but I don't know, man. Just looks weird to me that they're leaving that space empty on some of them. But yeah, Sarge, nothing too crazy there. But it's cool that him and Fillmore are in the same case, looking, you know, uniform now on the same type of packaging. That's pretty cool. I like that. Alrighty, and last but not least is Jay Shoesteer. It's good to end on a new Thailand variant. And yeah, I love this guy. Love the art, looking good. He was only released in 2016, so it's been a long time, and so obviously it's his first time from Thailand. And when he was released in 2016, that was the rarest case of the year. Case also included Max Schnell's Pity, who I have actually right here, guys. Take a peek. And Japeth, who is another rusty character, just like Jay here. And all the cases, it seemed, were sent to Disneyland, because when I was there in November of 2016, they were abundant. Anywhere you looked, you could find a Jay Shoesteer. And then after that, they ended up being $50 on eBay, and are still pretty much that way, but this re-release will definitely ameliorate the situation while leaving Japeth, and especially Max Schnell's Pity, in the heights of just typical single prices. You know, you look back on just like mainline singles, and some of them really creep up there in price. I mean, Fair Game and Cupcake Mater were crazy. Cupcake McQueen is still kind of crazy. Fair Game came down because he was re-released. And yeah, there's a whole bunch like that. Max Schnell's Pity is definitely one of them. So yeah, this is really cool. Love the art. On the mint card too. Can't really ask for anything more than that. I'm a lucky man today, guys, and I know it. I'm very grateful. On the back, we already know all that stuff. We've talked about it. We've seen it. And now is your time to let me know in the comment section below, who is your favorite car from this case? For me, it's going to be between Randy and Squat. And you know what? Mallory, I'm kind of overshadowing her because I already reviewed her, but she's pretty awesome too. But maybe, hey, you're into Jay Shoesteer. Maybe you love Nile Speedcone, even though this is like the 3rd case he's been in. Actually, no. So what happened was he was supposed to be in case H, 2 of them, and they replaced both of them with Paul Conrevs. And then he was in case J, but then Nile Speedcone got revenge on Paul Conrev because this case was supposed to have 2 of him, and then Nile Speedcone was like, nah, step aside. I'm going to come here. So it's like they just swap places. So there's that. And then, hey, maybe you're just a Braker Boggs guy, which is just such a good name, honestly. It's a really, really visceral name. Braker Boggs. Or maybe you're in the Cars 1 stuff, man. You like Johnny Blamer. Oh yeah, Johnny just slaps Squat out of the realm of existence there. You have Greg Candyman here, maybe another fan favorite, definitely for me. But yeah, let me know, guys. Thanks as always for your support. Thanks for 100,000 subscribers. What the hell, man? Just out of nowhere. Can't believe it. Really crazy stuff. We'll be talking about it for a while. Not in like a cocky way, but in more of like a celebratory way with some specials and maybe a live stream. It'll be a good couple months here, guys. All right, I'll see you later. Bye now.